Hello, fellow mystics. Welcome to this sacred energy healing space. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Howie, and I serve as a conduit for the energy transfer and reset frequencies channeled through the 9th dimensional Pleiadian collective. I call them Amubela, or rather I call us Amubela, and my sessions are not mere glimpses into the future. My work is centered on transformation and empowerment rather than passive fortune telling. These sessions are soul activations designed to awaken the best version of yourself. So in partnership with your higher self and spirit team, I help you harmonize with the light frequencies that lead you to your most radiant expression. So I'm not here to tell you what to do or dictate your path, but to illuminate the bridge to your deepest desires. So keep the information that vibrates with your truth and release the rest. And trust that if the cosmos or the universe or your intuition has guided you to this soul activation and transmission, there is a sacred key here waiting to raise your vibration and unlock a higher level of consciousness within you. So this reading will find you at a time where you feel like things are getting harder instead of easier, even though you're taking the steps you need to take in order to improve your life. So you're doing everything that you need to do to improve your life, but it feels like even though you're taking those guided steps, it feels like you're moving backwards instead of forward. Or if you're not moving at all, it feels like you are stuck where you are, yet you feel like at this point in time you need to be somewhere better in life, okay? So if this energy resonates with you, then this is going to be your reading. Right, so I have no plan in mind. It's raining outside, so if you can hear some sounds, I feel like the rain is just symbolism from your spirit team that at this point in time you're going through some sort of release. We just had a full moon, blood moon eclipse, and usually full moons allow us to release difficult emotions. And yeah, I feel like that is symbolism of that, because I never record my videos when it's raining because of the sound. But for some strange reason, I was told by my guides, just record. This is the time to record. And as I'm talking, the rain has just stopped. So yeah, so let's see what comes through in your reading. So let's see what important message do you need to hear right now to help you understand a little bit better why it feels like things are getting harder instead of easier. Let's see what your guides have to say in regards to why you feel stuck. Is it self-sabotage, or are there other divinely events happening in the background that you cannot see yet? But if you remain more patient, whatever's happening in the background will unfold, and you'll be able to better understand why your life at this point in time seems like you are in this limbo state, okay? And I feel like the guides that want to come through in this reading are the ancestral spirit guides. And right now, just before I did this reading, I had this download that your ancestral spirit guides are telling you, you are the architect of your life. You've reached a point in your life where you need to focus on the choices you are making about your life rather than relying on other people to dictate how your life should go. I feel like at this point in time you're being told you need to trust yourself and your intuition more than you trust in external world. So they're not saying don't be open to receiving second opinions, but they're saying place most of your trust on the guidance you receive from your intuition. And I feel like the reason your ancestral spirit guides are sending you this message, and right now I can hear that they are the 3rd generation ancestral spirit guides. Your parents are the 1st generation, then your grandparents are the second generation, and then your great-grandparents are the third generation. And they're saying part of the reason you feel stuck is because your intuition is blocked. They've been trying to give you guidance messages on the steps you need to take to progress as fast as you want to, but because your intuition is blocked, you're not understanding these messages from them. And so after this session, do some meditative practices, maybe go for a walk, just connect with nature, because connecting with nature will allow you to get out of your conscious mind and just be more present. Whenever we are present and enjoying our environment and not thinking about hobbies, the tasks that we need to do, then our intuition heightens. So connect with your intuition and you'll be able to understand the messages coming through from your ancestral spirit guides regarding how you can get yourself out of this rut that you're in, out of this stuck energy, out of this frequency where you feel like things seem to be getting harder rather than easier. Okay, but so with that, oh my god, see, I can't even make this up. And this is the intuition card. I mean, guys, 1111, this is exactly what I was talking about. Your intuition at this point in time is blocked, or it's not at its peak, and that is why you feel stuck. I feel like your ancestral spirit guides are saying you're the type of people who you should rely more on your intuition to make decisions rather than your conscious mind. And the reason you're feeling so stuck at this point in time is because you're trying to make decisions or take action based on the guidance you're receiving from your conscious mind rather than from the guidance you receive from your intuition. And the reason you're not able to receive messages from your intuition is because it is blocked. That is why you've now defaulted to relying on your conscious mind, your logical mind, to give you the guidance you seek. But you're being told, no, no, no. If you are drawn to this reading, your energy imprint is that of 1111. You are a high priestess. Whether you're male or female, the high priestess is the most intuitive person in the tarot deck, and she makes her decisions based on her gut instinct or her intuition. This is not to say that she does not rely on her logic. No, she makes decisions based on her intuition, and then she lets her logical mind determine how she is going to accomplish those decisions. So for example, she uses her intuition to determine what goal she should be chasing. Once she determines the goal that she should be focusing on at a certain point in time, then she uses her logical mind to determine the steps or the places she needs to go or the structure she needs to put in order for her to accomplish that goal in the 3D realm. Okay, so they're not saying forget your logical mind. No, they're just saying rely more on your intuition to make the decisions in your life, especially those big decisions, and then use your mind as the tool that helps you accomplish the goals that your intuition has told you to focus on. This is your energy imprint at this point in time, okay? This is just them confirming exactly what I've said. So if you're not ready to listen to this whole reading, you can end this reading here and go. That is the only message you needed to hear. But if you're ready to stick around until the end and see what else your ancestral spirit guides want to tell you, then by all means, I encourage you to stay, because I feel like your ancestral spirit guides want me to help you open up your intuition by channeling a light language transmission. So I'm going to do that towards the end, and that light language transmission is going to help you open up your intuition, okay? And light language is the language of the soul. It bypasses the conscious mind and the subconscious mind and goes directly to speak to your soul. This way, it is more potent than even tarot readings or Reiki sessions, because Reiki sessions and tarot readings are normally filtered through the conscious and the subconscious mind. And usually if you have traumas, unconscious traumas in your conscious and subconscious mind, then the potency of the tarot reading becomes less, because it's being filtered through the traumas that are stored in your nervous system, in your conscious mind and in your subconscious mind. But because the light language transmissions or healing bypass the conscious and the subconscious mind, they're not filtered through the traumas you already have right now. They speak directly to your soul, so they're very potent. 1 minute of a light language transmission is enough to give you healing for an entire year. 1 minute of light language transmission is equivalent to you getting 20 tarot readings. Okay, so stick around until the end of this video if you want to receive this light language transmission to open up your intuition, which your ancestral spirit guides are saying is blocked, and that is one of the main reasons why you feel stuck. That is one of the main reasons why your life seems to be getting harder rather than easier. Your life is getting harder because you're relying on the weakest link in you. Your weakest link is your conscious mind. Your strongest link is your intuition. Whenever you want to get something more effortlessly, whenever you want to accomplish a goal more effortlessly, you are the type of guys who are meant to be relying more on your intuition. Your intuition will get you to the finish line much faster and more effortlessly than your conscious mind. So right now things seem to be getting harder because you've stopped relying on your intuition to get the answers you seek. You're now relying on your weakest skill, which is the conscious mind, to get what you want, and that is why things are harder. Okay, so stick around until the end. I'm going to channel a light language transmission for you to open up your intuition. Okay, right, so let's see what else they want to tell you. What energy are you currently projecting out into the universe that is making things harder rather than easier? Okay, what frequency are you currently projecting out into the universe that is making things harder rather than easier for you? First chakra, Archangel Michael. This is the root chakra, and Archangel Michael is known as the most physically strong angel in the spiritual realm. Are you seeing he's even holding a spear and a sword, right? Like whenever you need protection, Archangel Michael is the one you call. Physical protection, Archangel Michael is the one you call, but this is the root chakra. So this is about doing too much. Physically, you're pushing yourself too hard. This is the energy you're projecting out into the universe, trying too hard to get what you want. Yet you guys are the type of people who you are so intuitive that by you just focusing on what you want, you're capable of manifesting whatever it is that you want through intention and thought. You guys are powerful manifestors. I'm sure you all know 1111 is the manifestation number, isn't it? So if this is your frequency that your spirit guides, your ancestral spirit guides brought out, it means you guys are powerful manifestors. That is why at the beginning of this reading I felt like telling you guys you are the high priestesses. And high priestess is someone who acquires what they want through their intuition. They do not put in effort. The high priestess is linked to the yin energy. The yin energy draws things towards it like a magnet. It does not chase after things. It does not force things to come towards it. No, it just pulls things towards it like a magnet. The yang energy, which is the quintessential energy imprint of Archangel Michael, which is the divine masculine energy, is the one that pushes to get what it wants. It's the one that needs to chase after its goals. And I feel like you guys, your inherent energy imprint is the yin energy. You're meant to attract things towards. You're not meant to be chasing things toward. You're not meant to be chasing after things. Things are meant to be drawn towards you. And once you start tuning into your intuition, you'll realize what you need to do in order to attract things towards you like a magnet. But at this point in time, the energy you're projecting out into the universe is that of being in your yang energy. And funny enough, not funny, interestingly enough, the yang energy actually is corresponds to our logical mind. Remember what I told you? Right now you're relying on your logical mind to solve your problem, yet you should be relying on your intuition. And usually intuition is connected to our yin energy. Okay, so this is the current energy you're projecting out into the universe, trying too hard to get what you want, when all you have to do is sit, lie back, meditate, focus on what it is that you want, connect, align yourself with the frequency of what it is that you want, and allow your yin energy to draw things towards you. This is not to say the yin energy is passive or lazy. No, it's just mastered how to pull things towards it. It doesn't need to chase like the yang energy. Okay, so this is what you're projecting out into the universe, trying too hard, pushing yourself too hard to get what you want. And the more you push, the more the universe puts you in a scenario where you have to push. Remember, the universe always mirrors our energy. If you project an energy of the only way for you to get what you want is by working extra hard and overworking yourself, then the universe is going to continue putting you in scenarios where you need to overwork yourself to get what you want. But if you start embodying this energy of, it's fine, whatever it is that I want, I just need to tune in and align myself to the frequency of whatever it is that I want. And when I say align yourself to the frequency of what you want, I mean start feeling the way you would feel if you already had what you want. So if some of you guys, you've been trying to manifest a financial boost, then start feeling the way you would feel if you're already financially stable. If you're trying to manifest love, start feeling the way you would feel if this love was already in your life. That is what I mean by you just aligning yourself with the frequency of what you want will attract what you want towards you, okay? Because the universe mirrors your energy. If you start feeling the way you would feel if you already had what you want, then the universe mirrors this energy and puts you in scenarios where you have what you want, right? But at this point in time, you guys are sending out a frequency of the only way I can get what I want is by pushing really hard. So even if you're going to get what you want, you will have to overwork yourself to get it, because the universe is going to put you in scenarios where you're overworking yourself, okay? And that is why things right now seems to be getting harder rather than easier, because you yourself, you're projecting an energy of, I need to work harder to get what I want. And so the universe is putting you in scenarios where you need to work harder. And that is why things are getting harder for you rather than easier. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's just get what energy, what do you need to release in order for you to come back to this yin energy, your true essence, your inherent essence. And if you're not sure what your yin yang constitution is, I have a yin yang energy reading in my Etsy store. I'm going to put a link to it in the description of this video. Go check it out and see whether that is a reading you're interested in, because knowing what your yin and yang energy constitution is will allow you to know when you need to be more in your yin and when sometimes you need to be in your yang, okay? Because we need to have that balance. It's just that some people need to be more often than not in their yin than their yang, okay? So that reading is going to be really helpful and make you see when it is that you need to be in your yin and when you need to be in your yang, okay? Just check the description of this video for that link. So let's see, what do you need to release in order for you to feel, to align yourself with this 1111 frequency, which is you attract what you want towards you rather than chasing, okay? What do you need to, okay, so let's pick that. I feel like it wants to come through. Surrender, defensiveness. I mean, wow, look at these two cards over here. Defensiveness. Are you seeing? I told you, whenever you need protection, Archangel Michael is the angel you call. So the other message coming through here is with this energy, the energy you're projecting out into the universe is being so guarded. You're in this frequency where you're in fight mode, okay? Where you're guarding yourself. And whenever you're in fight mode, it becomes very difficult for you to receive, because when you're in fight mode, you're sort of like also in that energy of giving. But in order for you to receive something from the universe, if you want the universe to help you to start moving forward or faster towards the goal that you want to achieve, or to move out of this energy of feeling stuck and feeling like things are getting harder rather than easier, you need to put yourself in the frequency of receiving. But you cannot receive if you're defensive, okay? You need to open up, remove those energetic boundaries you've put around yourself, because those boundaries you've put around yourself are acting as a force field. So the universe you cannot receive them. Even if the universe has already sent you the blessing you want, that blessing cannot penetrate through to you because of that force field you've created around you due to you being defensive. So this card here reads surrender, defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear and non-defensive response. Okay, so this is a little bit of tough love from your ancestral spirit guides, and they're saying The other reason it feels like the universe has forsaken you, so to speak, is because the way you guys are asking the universe to help you out is, it's like you're demanding for what you want. And usually whenever you're asking for help from the universe, you need to be, yes, you need to be confident in asking for what you want, but you also need to be careful not to micromanage the universe. Okay, so there's a thin line between being confident and telling the universe exactly what you want, and on the other side, being careful not to micromanage the universe, because the universe has an infinite number of ways it can deliver what you want. So whenever you start micromanaging the universe, you're limiting the universe. And the moment the universe feels limited, it doesn't work as effectively as it should, because the energy imprint of the universe is that of infinite possibilities. So whenever you're putting it into a box in this defensive mode, because when you're in defense, it's like you've barricaded yourself, isn't it? So when you're putting the universe in a box, it cannot work effectively. And I feel like here what you're being told is surrender the how. Okay, you're being told, whenever you're asking the universe for something, you focus on what you want and surrender how that thing is going to get to you. I feel like the universe wants to give you what you want, but you are also telling the universe how it should give you what you want. And this is projecting an energy of being very rigid, the defensiveness, okay? Being very rigid and not allowing the universe to bring you what you want in the infinite ways it can, okay? So the moment you surrender the how and just focus on the what you want, then you'll start to see that things will come to you more effortlessly, because now you'll be co-creating with the universe. You'll be allowing the universe to help you out rather than thinking that you are the only one who can accomplish your goal. Remember, you've been told you're pushing too hard, you're doing too much to get what you want, and that is because you're not co-creating with the universe. So take a step back. Allow the universe to handle the how. You focus on the what, okay? That is what is coming through here. So surrender the how. That is what you're being told. In order for you to get yourself out of this energy of feeling like things are getting harder rather than easier, you need to surrender the how. The moment you surrender the how, then the burden will be lifted. The weight on your shoulder will be lifted, because the universe will now be carrying the burden for you and helping you out. And so things will not be harder, they'll be easier, because the universe has offloaded some of the weight, right? The universe is now handling the how, and you are just focusing on the what. And remember, the what is you aligning with the frequency of what you want, meaning feel your role in the manifestation game 1111 is to focus on feeling how you would feel if you already had what you wanted, okay? Or what you want. That is your job right now. And I feel like the reason you're being told you just focus on the what is because you're being told you've done enough. You've put in the effort that you need to put in. You've done your 50% share of the work. Now it's time for the universe to do the hard work for you, okay? You've done your part of the hard work. The rest of the hard work, leave to the universe. All you now need to do is sit, lie back, rest, align yourself with the frequency of whatever it is that you want by feeling the way you would feel if you already had what you wanted, okay? So let's see one final advice your spirit guides have for you, and then we channel the light language transmission. Wow, this is a powerful message from your ancestors. Essentially, they're teaching you how to manifest, okay? Oh, and they're telling me right now, if you want to further align yourself with the frequency of whatever it is that you want, write in the comment section the phrase, I am the architect of my life. I am the architect of my life. That phrase will connect you, will align you to the frequency of whatever it is that you want. All of you want different things, but that one phrase will connect you to the frequency of what you want. So before you sleep, I feel like they're telling you, say it 11 times. I am the architect of my life. Say it 11 times just before you sleep, or just before midnight. I feel like here I'm seeing the number 1111, and I'm hearing them say midnight. So I don't know, when you watch this video, maybe you'll find it just before midnight and they're telling you say 11 times that phrase, and also write it in the comments. Or you can also write it in the comments 11 times, and that will be your way of asking me telepathically to send your transmission out into the universe. Okay, remember, I am a conduit of spirit, so I can also help you send out your requests out into the universe. Okay, and by you just listening to this session, that is already me helping you align with the frequency or whatever it is that you want. Okay, especially with the number 1111 coming through here, this is a manifestation reading. So I am the architect of my life. Say it 11 times before you sleep, and then write it in the comment section to seal in and activate this energy of whatever it is that you want, so that you attract it towards you rather than you chasing after it. And also just writing I am the architect of my life, it will help you open up your intuition, okay, so that you may be able to receive more guidance messages from your ancestral spirit guides about how you can better align with the frequency of whatever it is that you want. Remember, your ancestors are trying to help you to be a magnet of what you want. They're saying you've learned how to work hard. You're now entering a phase of your life where the more you rest, the more successful you become. Because the more you rest, the more your intuition heightens. And when your intuition heightens, then it is better able to give you ideas about what you need to do in order for you to attract the abundance that you want more effortlessly. Okay? And abundance can mean anything. Abundance is anything that brings you well-being, whether that is love, financial stability, better career, promotion, more passion projects, anything that brings you well-being. That is what abundance is. Okay? So you're entering a phase where the more you rest, the more successful you become. And that is why they're telling you, they're trying to teach you how to become a magnet, so that you don't put too much effort into getting what you want. You've already mastered how to be a hard worker, and they're so happy that you've finally learned the virtue of hard work. But now they're telling you it's time for you to now rely on also effortlessness to get what you want. Okay, it's now time for you to learn how to just tune into the frequency of what you want to get what you want. Okay, rather than overworking yourself. So let's see, one final guidance message from the ancestral spirit guides. Okay, pick that. Let's just shuffle all the cards. One final message for the collective who are drawn to this reading. Spirit, please. Oh, okay, it disappeared. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, okay, this one I felt like wants to come through as well. Okay, I feel like let's start with this. Look forward. Okay, look forward. Okay, so the message coming through here is, for some of you, part of the reason you feel like things are getting harder rather than easier is because you're bringing the failures of the past, you're projecting the failures of the past into your present moment. There are things in your past that did not go well, and you feel like right now, because things are also not going well, you feel like whatever happened in the past is going to repeat itself and happen now, and that is causing you to be anxious and worried. And when you're anxious and worried, then it blocks your intuition, and then when your intuition is blocked, what did we say? You're not able to receive the guidance messages that you need in order for you to see the steps you need to take to start moving forward as fast as you want to. Okay, so stop projecting the past. Let go of the past. If things did not work out in the past, yeah, fine, too bad. But now you're in the present moment. Your present moment is not a vibrational match of your past, okay? Your present moment is a new day. It's a new beginning. So focus on what is happening right now, and do not bring the problems of the past. Do not project the problems of the past into your present moment, okay? Look forward. Focus on what you want to build for yourself in the future. The future is a vibrational match of the present moment. What you focus on in the present moment creates your future. And that is why they're telling you, don't look to the past, because your past is not going to help you create the life you want. The past is gone. So focus on the future. And The future you want to build for yourself must happen in the now. You must align yourself with whatever it is that you want to create in the future now, okay? And that reality is going to manifest, okay? And then what else do I want to tell you? Refine your attention. Exactly. They're just reiterating what I said, okay? Focus on what you want and not what you don't want. Also, part of the reason that you guys feel like, part of the reason things seem to be getting harder rather than easier is because you're focusing on what you don't want rather than what you want. And remember, the universe always mirrors your energy. So if you keep focusing on what you don't want, then what will happen? The universe will keep putting you in scenarios where you're experiencing more of what you don't want. And that is why life is getting harder rather than easier, because it feels like you're manifesting more of what you don't want, okay? So you focus on what you want. Align yourself with the frequency of what you want. And you align yourself with that frequency by doing what? By feeling the way you would feel if you already had what you wanted or what you want, okay? And then finally, Goddess. Oh my God, what a beautiful way to end the card reading. Goddess, honor your divine feminine energy. What did I talk about? The intuition. Remember when I started talking about the yin and yang energies? So it says, honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty, love every part of you. So here they're just reiterating what I said about you needing to connect with your yin energy. Love every part of you, see your inner beauty. If you are drawn to this reading, you are someone who operates most effectively when you're operating from your yin energy. And your yin energy is your intuition. Your yang energy, the masculine energy, the divine masculine energy, the energy imprint of Archangel Michael is yang energy. But remember, this is the card that said, what energy are you currently projecting out into the universe? You're projecting a yang energy where you have to chase after your goals. You have to put in a lot of effort, fight for what you want with this spear over here. Yet, you guys, you're a goddess. You're more of a divine feminine. And remember, divine feminine is not gender specific. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us. The feminine is the yin energy, the masculine is the yang energy. So if you're male, and I'm talking about you being a goddess and the divine, you're honoring your divine feminine energy, it just means honoring your yin energy, okay? Right now you're projecting a yang energy, yet your strength lies in you embodying your yin energy. The moment you learn how to embody your yin energy, then you will be able to attract what you want towards you, because that is how the yin energy operates. And when you're attracting things towards you like a magnet, you're not putting in so much effort to get what you want, meaning you won't feel like things are getting harder rather than easier. When you're attracting things towards you, life becomes easier because you do not expend so much energy and effort to get what you want. Things just come to you. And the way you align to this yin energy is by heightening your intuition, relying more on your intuition to make decisions, big decisions about your life, and then using your logical mind as just a tool to help you accomplish the goals that you've created through your intuition. Okay, so honor your divine feminine energy, see your inner beauty, love every part of you, learn how to embody your yin energy. And that is why I said, if you're interested, let's work together. Let's find out what your yin-yang energy constitution is, so that you know when you need to be more in your yin and when you need to actually be in your yang. Because remember, both energies need to work in tandem. It's just that you guys are more of yin rather than yang. But there are times you will need to be in your yang energy because maybe your yin energy needs to rest, okay? And then allow the yang energy to take over. So once you know what your yin-yang constitution is, it will be easier for you to know how and when you need to be in your yin energy. Even in that reading, I tell you what you need to do in order for you to embody your yin energy, okay? So now let's do a 1 minute light language transmission where I can channel guidance messages from your ancestral spirit guides to help you open up your intuition. And then remember what they said after this reading. Say the phrase, I am the architect of my life 11 times before you sleep or before midnight, depending on when you watch this video. And also write in the comment section the phrase, I am the architect. So the light language I'm going to channel here is also going to further amplify the energy of that phrase, I am the architect. And it's also going to help you attune yourself, align you to the frequency of 1111, which is the frequency of your intuition. It is the energy imprint of your yin energy, okay? And like I said at the beginning of this reading, light language is the language of your soul. You do not need to understand what it is that I'm going to say. Don't try to make logical sense of whatever it is that I'm trying to say. Just listen to what I have to say and trust that your soul understands what I'm saying and knows how to integrate the information coming through from this light language transmission. All you have to do is just listen and trust, okay? So light language contains light codes, geometrical codes, information, and sometimes numerical codes, and sound. And within those different aspects of this language, your soul knows how to integrate them to get the healing it requires, okay? So I want you to take a deep breath in. Inhale, and now exhale. One more time. Inhale deeply, and now exhale. Shokarian takasa kaya koratia naraktera onaya shanakare tare nalaya konakaya haya kona aya kaya lokolea shan takaya alamanakia nara hakonahi hakia poloyonkaya shankataya taraya o aya kalayala nakalalima ho nakayana. Take a deep breath in, and now exhale. Poro uya kashantakia tarantakaso aya maraktia rakotusia tana shiakatana tara u ahia shakatiana au aya manahiana kataria ha kunaya. Poro yona haia kashana lakana hashi hasi tara u anakia takia kakana kashona kanaya. Karayenta kakaya ho kaya kishia nakataya holana ya tanana. Okay, beautiful soul. Whatever light language transmission has just come through is going to help you open up your intuition. And light language not requires per se, but it is advisable that you interact with it at least 3 times a day for the next 3 days. So what I'll do is I'll put a timestamp to where I just channel that light language transmission, and then come back to this reading, listen to that beat 3 times a day for the next 3 days, and you'll see that your intuition will be opened up, and you'll start receiving guidance messages from your higher self and from your ancestral spirit guides, who are the spirit team who are ready to help you get out of this stuck energy, are ready to help you learn how to embody your yin energy so that you attract things towards you more effortlessly rather than having to put in so much hard work to get what you want. They are ready to help you learn how to manifest by just tuning into the frequency of what you want. And that light language transmission is going to help you connect with your ancestral spirit guides by opening up your intuition. So I highly suggest that you bookmark this reading, come back to it, connect with that language 3 times a day for the next 3 days. You'll see a tremendous improvement in your energy overall. Okay, guys? So I hope this reading has been useful. Remember to leave a like, subscribe if this reading resonated, and write down in the comment section the phrase, I am the architect of my life, to activate the light frequencies that have come through in this reading. Have a lovely week ahead, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.